In the sun-scorched annals of history, one account stands apart, not as myth, but as a field report from an ancient naturalist. The historian Herodotus chronicled a creature of impossible splendor, a being governed by a cosmic clock. He documented its 500-year cycle with meticulous detail, describing its pilgrimage from the depths of Arabia to the sacred Egyptian city of Heliopolis, the city of the sun. His report reads like a sacred intelligence briefing. He tells of the priests of Heliopolis, who kept records of the creature's arrival, generation after generation. They witnessed its glorious fire-red and gold plumage, a living embodiment of the dawn. It was an event so profound, so real, that it was etched into the very memory of their civilization, a tangible link to a power beyond their comprehension. The climax of this account is not an ending, but a transformation. The phoenix, arriving at the temple of the sun, would construct its own pyre from the most aromatic spices, frankincense, myrrh, and cinnamon. There, in a blaze of unimaginable glory, it would surrender its form to the flames. But from the cooling ashes, a new life would stir. A small worm would emerge, which the sun's heat would nurture into the next magnificent phoenix. This wasn't merely a story to them. It was a recurring, documented phenomenon. The young phoenix would then encase the ashes of its parent in an egg of myrrh and carry it back to its distant, hidden homeland. A cycle of life, death, and glorious rebirth, observed and recorded as a fact of the natural world. But this is not an isolated legend. To see it as such is to miss the colossal scale of its existence. The Greek phoenix is a direct echo of an even more ancient being, the Egyptian Bennu bird. The Bennu was considered the very soul of the sun god Ra, a primeval entity present at the dawn of creation, its cry the first sound to break the silence of the void. It was the living symbol of creation itself. The pattern repeats, a golden thread woven through the tapestry of civilizations. In the Far East, the Chinese Feng Huang reigns as an immortal bird of celestial grace, its appearance heralding an era of profound peace and prosperity. It embodies the union of yin and yang, a creature of perfect balance and benevolence, its song a cascade of heavenly music. And in Persia, the colossal Simurgh, a winged being ancient as the world itself, nests in the tree of knowledge. Its feathers were said to hold the power to cure any ailment. Its wisdom was boundless, and its presence was a promise of divine protection. Across cultures, separated by oceans and millennia, the core truth remains. A magnificent, immortal bird, intrinsically linked to life, healing, and renewal. So we must ask a critical question. Why does this singular, powerful image of a creature reborn from fire hold such an unshakable grip on the human psyche? Why does it resonate across every major civilization in history? The answer is as simple as it is profound. This is not a metaphor. It is a memory. It is a deep, primal recollection of witnessing a process that shatters our mundane understanding of life and death. The promise of rebirth, the idea that the end is only a glorious new beginning, feels so true because, at some point in our distant past, our ancestors saw it happen. They witnessed the fire, and they saw what came after. Let us deconstruct the central enigma, the immolation itself. The nest of spices is not merely ceremonial, it is a meticulously constructed biological reactor. The specific choice of materials is the key. They are not chosen for their aroma, but for their potent chemical properties. Frankincense and myrrh are not just incense. They are complex resins, rich in volatile hydrocarbons. When combined with other catalysts, cinnamon for its reactive oils, nard for its thermal properties, they form a mixture capable of spontaneous exothermic reaction. This isn't just a fire, it's a controlled, intensely hot, and self-sustaining chemical blaze, initiated by the creature's own arcane biology. This leads us to a truly breathtaking hypothesis, a speculative leap into the realm of astrobiology. The phoenix's feathers are not keratin, not biological in any terrestrial sense. They are intricate biocrystalline structures interwoven with filaments of a metallic element not found in our planet's crust. An alien biology perfectly adapted for this world. These crystalline feathers function as a colossal, living fractal antenna, painstakingly absorbing and storing ambient cosmic radiation over its 1,000-year lifespan. Every solar flare, every distant stellar echo is drawn in and converted, building a charge of unfathomable power within its very cells. It is a living vessel for the energy of the cosmos. But what triggers the glorious, fiery release? The legends speak of a mesmerizing song, a final, ethereal melody before the immolation. This is the key. The song is not auditory. It is a series of complex resonant frequencies generated from a unique vocal organ deep within the creature's chest. This vibration is no lament. It is a precise, arcane trigger. The frequency is tuned to destabilize the very atomic structure of its own exotic biology, initiating a controlled, catastrophic chain reaction. It is not an act of death, but the willing start of a transformation so profound, it tears a hole in the fabric of what we call reality. Here lies the heart of the enigma, the core theory that elevates this creature from myth to cosmic marvel. The energy release is not mere fire. It is a brief, contained nuclear fusion event. At the core of the pyre, for a fraction of a second, the temperature and pressure mimic that of a star's core, an impossible, living furnace. In that blinding flash, the phoenix's body is not burned. It is consumed and converted into pure energy, a biological supernova. The blinding light, the searing heat that could melt stone to glass. It's the signature of atomic nuclei fusing, of matter itself being unmade and remade, a glorious, terrifying, life-giving explosion. And what of the ashes left behind? We have pictured them as simple carbon, the mundane remnants of a fire. They are something far more profound. The ashes are a complex matrix of heavy elements and exotic isotopes forged in the crucible of that fusion event, the literal building blocks of new life. Within this stellar dust, a biological seed survives, a quantum blueprint of the creature encoded in a form that can withstand the inferno. This seed acts as a catalyst, drawing upon the newly created elements to begin the impossible process of rebirth, constructing a new body from the remnants of a star. Does this incredible theory have any grounding in our world? The evidence is tantalizing, hidden in plain sight. Consider the anomalous, short-lived gamma-ray bursts detected by our most sensitive orbital observatories. Bursts with no astronomical origin, traced back not to a distant galaxy, but to remote, uninhabited desert locations on Earth. Now, correlate that with recently declassified satellite data showing sudden, inexplicable thermal spikes in those exact same regions, the very Arabia of legend. A momentary heat signature, hotter than any volcanic event, appearing and vanishing in an instant. This is not a weather phenomenon. It is the footprint of a phoenix's fire. Beyond the fire, beyond the ashes, lies the ultimate, undeniable proof of the phoenix's biological mastery, its healing tears. This is not a fable. Millennia of accounts, from Pliny the Elder to medieval alchemists, speak of this miraculous property. If an organism can truly command its own biology at a subatomic level, its very secretions would be unlike anything known to terrestrial science. These tears are not merely saline. They are a complex bioserum, a liquid tapestry of restorative compounds, woven from the same arcane, internal forge that powers its life. Each drop is a concentrated dose of life itself, capable of mending mortal wounds and curing incurable maladies. It is the final, irrefutable piece of evidence that we are not dealing with magic, but with a form of biology so advanced it operates on the very principles of creation. And this leads to the most breathtaking revelation of all. The phoenix is not a creature of Earth. Its entire existence, its unfathomable life cycle, is a perfect mirror of a cosmic process. Consider the life of a star, long eons of stable fusion, a violent, cataclysmic release of energy, and from the resulting stellar nebula of elements, new stars and worlds are born. The phoenix is the living embodiment of this cycle. It is an astrobiological life form. Its impossibly long life is a period of biological stability. Its immolation is not a death, but a controlled supernova. And its rebirth from the ashes is the formation of a new celestial body from the remnants of the old. It is a star given flesh, a walking, breathing stellar engine. This revelation only shatters the door to more profound, more cosmic questions. Is the phoenix the only one of its kind, a solitary, stellar wanderer? Or is Earth merely one stop on a galactic migratory path, a temporary nesting ground for a being that traverses the interstellar dark? Its presence here is an anomaly that redefines everything. If life can evolve to harness nuclear fusion, to rewrite its own atomic structure and cheat oblivion, what other unimaginable biological processes exist in the unfathomable void? What other stellar beings drift between worlds, their existence as far beyond our comprehension as the phoenix once was? We have only glimpsed the smallest fraction of a truly cosmic ecosystem. The phoenix, then, is more than a creature. It is a promise. It is a living testament that life is more resilient, more powerful, and more mysterious than we have ever dared to imagine. It is the ultimate symbol of hope, a beacon burning against the endless dark. It teaches us that even in the face of absolute annihilation, in a fire that consumes all, life, does not truly end. That glorious atomic fire is not a conclusion. It is only how a new, more brilliant existence can begin. This cosmic origin reframes the phoenix entirely. It is not merely a magical bird, it is an astrobiological object, a form of life so far beyond our own that we could only ever perceive it through the lens of myth. Its existence suggests that life isn't confined to rocky planets, but can blossom in the heart of a star, harnessing the very engine of creation as its own metabolism. This is a creature whose biology is astrophysics. Its immortality, therefore, is not a simple loop of undeath. It is a purposeful cosmic cycle. The phoenix acts as a custodian of primordial energy, a living vessel that gathers, purifies, and then redistributes the fundamental forces of life across vast geological timescales. Each glorious fire is a reset, ensuring this arcane power never stagnates, never becomes corrupted. It doesn't just survive. It serves a function so profound it borders on the divine. This forces us to re-examine the very nature of its ashes. If the immolation is a controlled fusion event, a biological supernova, then the residue left behind is not mere carbon. It is something far more elemental. These ashes could be a concentration of exotic matter, a biological singularity containing the compressed data for its own reconstruction, a perfect seed forged in the heart of a temporary star, waiting for the right conditions to begin anew. And this raises an even more staggering question. If a creature like the phoenix can exist, a solitary, living star walking our world, could there be others? Are there cosmic counterparts to this legend, each a biological engine for a different fundamental force? Perhaps the universe is teeming with an ecology of such beings, unfathomable entities whose life cycles define the laws of reality itself. It makes one wonder about the intuition of our ancestors. How could so many disparate cultures, separated by oceans and millennia, all conceive of the same glorious firebird? Perhaps they didn't invent the story. Perhaps they witnessed it. The legend of the phoenix may be humanity's attempt to describe an event so far outside our comprehension that a story was the only vessel that could contain its truth. Now, shift your perspective to the greatest paradox of this being. It is an entity of unimaginable power, capable of unleashing a glorious fire that mirrors the birth of a sun. Yet, its most celebrated gift is one of gentle, profound healing. This is not a contradiction. It is the very key to understanding its purpose. It wields the ultimate power of destruction only so it can offer the ultimate act of creation. The healing tears, then, are not a simple biological quirk. They are a delivery system for the very essence of life, a purified, stable form of the same cosmic energy that fuels its rebirth. When a tear from a phoenix mends a wound, it isn't just closing tissue, it is restoring the fundamental, perfect blueprint of that life form, overwriting decay and damage with the universe's original code for existence. This is the ultimate promise of the phoenix, an astrobiological law made manifest. Its legend tells us that life, as a cosmic principle, is fundamentally indestructible. It can be changed, transformed, even broken down to its constituent atoms in a glorious fire, but it cannot be erased. The force of rebirth is as absolute as gravity. Yet, a final, profound enigma remains. Where does the phoenix go between its cycles? Does it retreat to some unseen dimension, a pocket of reality where time flows differently? Or does it simply bide its time in our world, a dormant star disguised as a creature of myth, waiting for the precise moment its glorious fire is needed to begin the cycle once more? In the end, the phoenix is more than a creature, more than a legend. It is the living embodiment of the universe's most awesome and hopeful truth, that for life to truly begin, something magnificent must first end. Its fire is not a tragedy. It is a promise, a tangible, recurring spectacle that proves destruction is only ever a prelude to a more glorious dawn.